Hello everyone, welcome to Everyone is John. Die Party, Everyone is John. This is a fantastic game. It's really quick and really easy to play that I'm going to be doing with my friends Graham, Peter, and Arthur, who are mysterious voices, which is perfect because that's all they are to John. Say hello guys. Don't be shy.
I am mysterious voice.
I had a
Hello.
mysterious voice. Yes. So, in case anyone didn't know, Everyone is John is a game about a guy named John. He's totally insane, but the way that he's insane is that he gets controlled by the split personality or the voices in his head. The people that will be playing the voices are everyone else in the room right now. Well, in the call. So I have asked everyone else to come up with a personality that is a part of John. I've given them the task of assigning skills, and those skills will dictate what they can and cannot do. Well, not really, but what they're good at in the game, and also to give me some obsessions. So, the personalities are obsessed with doing something in particular. The way that you win this game is you take the willpower that everyone is assigned. Everyone gets 10 at the start of the game. And you take that willpower and you use it to bet on controlling John. Then you can use that willpower to also increase your likelihood of completing skills. Once you have completed an obsession, you get a point, depending on what level of obsession that is. So the first level of obsession, for example, will be something that, happens in everyday life that most people will complete at some point or do something like that. The moment they complete an obsession is the moment that the personality is satisfied, and then the bid for control happens again. The level 2 obsession is literally just, it could put John at risk, harmfully or emotionally or socially. The third level is something that will, once completed, probably kill John. The game will end once all the personalities have run out of willpower, or John is dead, or incarcerated, or something that it stops him from playing the game. So everyone is ready to go. How are you guys feeling about this?
I need to be in the. Do I need to be invited to the Roll20?
I sent you the link already. You should have it if you scroll up in the thing.
No.
Oh, Graham.
You added me,
There you go.
and then
That should be all you need.
what?
I sent you the link. Oh, god damn it. No, I didn't.
You just send this to me.
There you go. Use that. And join up. So yeah, there we go. All right, everyone, we're ready to roll. So the first thing that we need to do is the players will need to send me their bids using the GM Whisper trait, which is /W space GM plus. Just go plus how many willpower you're willing to bet on taking control. The moment that you guys have placed your bids, then that is the moment that the game will start. So send me your bids anonymously, guys. Oh, sorry, without the other people knowing. Okay, Graham and Peter, can you send me another bid? All right, Krogan. Oh, Peter, you're up first. You need to take away your bid from your pool. So now you only have X left.
Yeah.
But do not expose how much you have left. And I'll keep track of it as well. Why not? All right.
Let me
So,
write that.
George, you wake up wearing scrubs inside of a office over the on a bunk bed of some description. Over the loudspeaker, you hear, "Paging Dr. John. Dr. John, you're needed in surgery." What do you do?
Well, first of all, I wonder who the fuck is John? and then I immediately realize it's me, and I...
Well, no, you don't actually know because your name is George, so...
Well, but I know that I inhabit
No, you
John.
don't. You know that your
I
name
don't?
is George. Yeah.
You don't know that you inhabit John.
Yeah. You are a personality called George inside of a body that is yours.
Ah, okay, so, well then, I guess I ignore it.
Okay. What else do you do? You have control of this guy. But keep in mind, if you don't do anything for 10 minutes, you lose control of John.
Alright, I rub my eyes, sit up,
Yep.
look around, and what's around me.
So you're basically in what you assume is a empty hospital room, and you are currently wearing blue scrubs.
Well then, I guess I get up,
Mm-hmm.
look down, and see that the scrubs fit correctly.
Oh yeah,
And
they
then-
perfectly fit you. You got a little name tag on there that says Dr. Jonathan.
Dr. Johnson. Alright. Well, that I kind of wonder about what's going on with that, and well then, but since it's not my number one priority problem, it's I kind of strike it out of my mind and look for a window.
Look for a window? Yeah, there's one in the room.
Alright, and then I look out,
Yep. You open the window?
and yeah, I get to the window.
You have no problems opening the window. I'll allow that.
I didn't want it to open up the window, so I close it again.
Alright, you close the window.
All right. So I just look through the window,
Yep.
and what do I see?
Well, you see a bunch of cars in the parking lot of supposedly a building that you're in. There's an ambulance outside. There's a couple of people wandering about. You know, over the horizon you can see some hills and some power lines going back towards some sort of city. You assume you're sort of on the outside skirts of a city, at least anyway.
How do I know it's in India?
What was that?
How do I know it's in India?
No, I didn't say India. You're inside of outside of a city.
Yeah, because you said a bunch of cars in India. Or something.
Batch
I don't know.
of, sorry, batch of people are lingering about.
Right.
No such India.
Well then I turn around, look for the door.
As you about to leave the door, it flies open and there is a woman there in what appears to be a nurse's outfit. She's like, "Oh, doctor, there you are. You're really, really needed in surgery right now. Can you follow me, please?"
I say, sure.
All right.
Let's go.
Okay. All right. You follow the nurse down the hallway, and she takes you into a surgery room, obviously. And she's like, "All right, we need you to wash up and get ready for surgery." And then she leaves you in the room with a basin. It's got some generic, medical supplies in there. What do you do?
Well, I look for the nearest exit.
Well, that would be the way you came in. Do you leave?
Well, I sneak up to the door and I listen if I hear somebody
Okay.
in the immediate vicinity.
Yeah.
So I don't hear anybody, I guess.
No, you hear people walking about the hallways like a normal hospital would have.
What about the nurse that brought me here? Do I hear her somewhere?
I don't know. What does a nurse's foot sound like? Did you happen to hear that?
I mean, I heard her walking away. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. All right.
There's people walking about, like, unless you open the door and take a look, you're not going to know who's outside waiting for you.
Yeah, and that's the next thing I do. I open the door, stick my head through, and like really only the head, and look to both sides of the.
Alright, you don't see the nurse you
wait.
saw before, but there are people milling about.
All right. Is there some kind of exit sign or something?
Yeah, there's exit signs illuminated everywhere. It is a hospital, after all.
Yeah. Okay. I follow those.
Alright. You're leaving. You're getting, like, quizzical looks from, like, the staff in the hospital. But, they pay you no mind. I mean, you don't know why, but, that's just people looking at you. But other than that, you make your way out to the front. There is a foyer out front, and there is like a couple of ambulances parked in the front of this thing. What do you do?
Well, I look for a bus station.
Yeah. Okay. You can. Do you want to walk to a bus station? Is that what you're saying? Or you want to
No,
find one?
I just look around if I see one.
Okay.
By
Yeah.
any chance.
You see a bus station there. It's a little further down. It's in the main parking lot of the hospital. Do you walk towards it?
Any buses there?
No. There's no buses there right now, but there are a few people waiting.
Is this like a small bus station with where only like one line or two maybe stop?
It's a normal bus station, so it's got like a covered seating area. You got like a timetable there to work out when the buses are coming and going and that sort of stuff.
It's not like a big one where like.
It's a bus stop. It's not a station. So
Okay.
it's a place where people get picked up via a bus and brought in.
All right. Well then, I guess I.
Remember, if you wait for a bus, you are going to lose control of John.
Yeah. Well, I check the. I walk by the ambulances and look if somebody's in there.
Oh yeah, there's a couple of people waiting there. They're eating some food, drinking some coffee, that sort of stuff.
So there's none of them like unattended.
Not really. No, I mean like most of the time there will be paramedics waiting in the ambulances for a call out before they leave.
All right. Well then, I guess I walk out to the street.
Okay, you walk out to the street. What are you looking for?
I don't know. Do I have any idea where I am?
Yeah, you're outside a hospital.
No, I mean, do I know where I live?
I don't know. Do you? All you know is that your name is George, and you happen to be waking up in a hospital for some reason.
Yes, I guess I pick a random direction and walk down the street,
All right.
like on the sidewalk.
Okay.
But
At this point, you fall over, and everything goes black. All right, everyone, time to vie for control of John. So send in your votes again.
our bids, you mean?
Yeah, your bids. Yep. You can bid again, Peter, if you wanted to. You don't have to, but you can. You bidding, Peter?
No.
Okay. Next time that you're not bidding, just write "not bidding," so that I
Alright,
know that
sorry.
you've done. Yep, that's all right. All right. Let's see here. Norman, you wake up and you're outside of a little tiny tea shop right now. You're wearing scrubs and your face seems to be cut open and covered in blood. What do you do?
Well, that seems strange.
Yeah, it does seem strange, doesn't it?
But no matter, all in a day's work.
All in a day's work. What do you do?
What else around me? Am I in some sort of like downtown area, or am I in a suburb?
Yeah, it's kind of like a little quaint little suburb thing there. I mean, you're sitting out the front of a tea shop. I mean, you're sipping on something. I don't know. It tastes pretty good though. And everyone around you is kind of eyeing you suspiciously. You don't know why. Might be the blood on your face. Might be the fact that, you know, you're wearing scrubs covered in blood. It's hard to tell.
Yeah. Well, what other buildings are around?
Well, next to you got what seems to be some sort of like community library, and you got a few office buildings there as well. There are some cars driving up and down the street. I mean, it's a nice little suburban place. You know, it's a little busy, but not too busy. I mean, you can cross the street without getting hit by a car, sort of busy. But you know.
Uh-huh. This tea shop.
Yeah.
Does it happen to have a mailbox outside?
No, it doesn't actually.
Interesting. I'm going to the library.
All right, you get up from the table, you leave your tea there, and you just walk away. A hostess comes up and says, excuse me, you forgot to pay for your drink.
I didn't turn around.
You just keep walking?
I guess so. Yeah.
Excuse me, are you okay? And she quickly runs back inside. You make your way to the library entrance. Do you go inside?
Yeah.
Okay, you walk inside. The cool air of the community library fills it soothes your soul a little bit. I mean, it was pretty warm outside. You're inside now. You're standing in the inside of a library, and the librarian doesn't really look up and sort of just goes, hello. Like, she's still looking down at her book. She hasn't looked up at you or anything like that. What do you do?
I'll tell her that I need to use a computer.
She doesn't look up from her book, and she just sort of points down the direction down there. It's like, they're automated. You just need to put a coin in the slot, and you'll get there. At this point, she looks up at you, and she sees you're wearing scrubs, and you're sort of bloody. And she's like, do you need help? Can I help you with something?
Actually, yeah, you can. I could use a coin for the computer.
She sort of looks at you dumbfounded, and she's like, okay. She opens a purse, and she takes out a coin. She's like, here. Are you sure you're okay? She hands you like $2
It's been a strange day, but all in a day's work.
Okay. Do you want a box of tissues or something?
No.
Okay.
Oh, I go to the computer.
All right. You find the nearest open computer. There's a few people sitting on them. They don't really pay much mind. There's one guy over there furiously typing, and then other guy's got headphones on and he's listening to music or something like that. What do you do?
I need to use the internet to find the local branch of the United States Post Office.
All right. So what, are you going to Google or something like that?
Yep.
Okay. Why don't you give me a skill check here to see if you can operate a computer?
That's not Roll20. That's Twitch.
Yeah. So basically, oh my God! Holy fuck! You operate a computer like you've operated a computer before.
Yeah, good. I'm glad. I would hope so.
Yeah. So you quickly open up Google. You open up Internet Explorer, because let's face it, it's a public library. You navigate to google.com and you search for the nearest post office. And lo and behold, it's just like a block and a half away from here.
Good.
Yeah.
I'm gonna. They have those little tiny pencils there that are cut off in half. I'm gonna take one of those.
Yeah. Okay. Perfect. Yep.
And a little piece of paper. I'm gonna write down the address.
Mm-hmm. Yep. You get blood on the paper.
How bleeding am I? I thought it was just a cut.
Apparently it's the longer you leave it, the more blood you seem to be getting down the front of your body.
Oh goodness. Okay. Let's get out of that. Let's go to the restroom.
Okay. You go to the restroom. You got your bloody piece of paper and your bloody pencil. Yep.
Let's try to clean that up a little bit.
Okay. Why don't you give me a skill check to see how well you dress your wounds? All right. At this moment, you're staring right into the mirror, and everything goes black.
Oh.
Let's have another bid for control of John. Remember, if you're not bidding, just tell me that you're not bidding.
Now,
Alright.
if you bid and you lose, do you still pay that amount of willpower?
No, you don't. You keep it.
Okay.
Everyone, give me another bid. All right. George, you wake up, and currently you're in a car driving. You're covered in blood from head to toe. The window seems to be smashed for some reason. You're not sure why. But you appear to be driving on a highway in some description.
All right. How fast am I going?
Not very fast. In fact, I would say you're barely moving. There's a line of cars behind you all beeping their horns.
Oh, all right. So I guess I speed up.
All right. How fast do you go?
Like slow. I accelerate slowly.
All right, cool. You accelerate slowly.
Yeah, up to the point where nobody's beeping anymore.
Lots of cars are passing you. You're not exactly going the speeding limit of the highway here, which is a little unusual. But you know, people are beeping their horns and going past you. But the line slowly goes back. You're coming up to the end of a highway now. You notice that you're on an exit, sort of. As you leave the exit of the highway, going, I don't know, a really slow mountain American speeds in a car. I don't actually know what those are. You come into what appears to be a very bustling city.
Do I know which city it is?
Absolutely not. You know it's got some buildings in there, though.
Didn't I drive past the sign or something?
You drive past the sign. Do you read it?
Yeah.
So you stop your car and you look up at the sign, and it says New Haven.
I stopped the car right on the street.
Well, I mean, have you ever driven a car while bleeding and tried to read a sign?
Well,
I mean, we can make a skill check of it to see if you read it while you're driving, or you can stop the car. Your choice.
yeah. So let's do the skill check.
All right, so you keep driving past the sign, and you take a quick squiz out the side of the car to see whether or not you can read what it says. Give me a 1d6. Unless you want to add some points. Okay, you black out. And everything goes black, and we are now buying control for John. Send in your bids. Peter, you gonna submit? All right, everyone, give me another bid. All right, Graham and Arthur, give me another bid. All right, Ivan, hello, good to see you again. You wake
Hello.
up on the floor of what appears to be a bus station. Covered in blood, head to toe. You're wearing what used to be blue scrubs. You don't know why. You got a giant gash on your head. You must have partied pretty hard last night, Ivan.
Sounds correct. I even stand up in the floor of bus station and look around.
Yeah. You see that there's a few people looking at you just oddly, but most of them are pretending that you don't exist, strangely enough. There is a ticket station up ahead, and there's a few buses waiting for you out the front.
I see. I check my pockets for ticket stub.
You find in your pockets a bloody pencil and a bloody piece of paper that has the address for the post office in this city.
Okay, I throw it out.
All right, you throw out both those things.
I look for security guard at the bus station.
Oh, he's pretty close.
Okay, I walk up to him and I say, "Hello there. My name is Ivan.
He says,
I think something has
"Sir,
happened to me."
Yeah, I can see that. Do you need help?
I think so, yes. What is your name, security guard man?
Jonathan.
Your name is Jonathan.
Yes, it is.
That's interesting. Jonathan, I apologize. I do not know how I got here, but I think we could be good friends together, yes? You help me out here.
That entirely depends on the way that you act in the next few minutes, sir. You can see that he's sort of putting his hand towards his mace on his belt there.
Ivan is like, no, there is no problem. As I say, look, I have been attacked. I am looking for help, friend.
That's all well and good, sir, but I need you to come with me. We'll get you washed up, and we'll make sure that the right services come and collect you today, all right?
Okay, that sounds excellent.
All right, come with me. So, do you follow him?
Of course.
He leads you to a washroom and says, listen, I'm going to have to get you to stay in this room, and I need you to clean yourself up. Do you know how to do that? Do you need assistance?
Oh, I think I will need assistance, friend.
All right, let me go
my head
get
is dizzy.
I understand. Why don't you sit down, and I'm going to go get someone who is a little bit better off at dealing with. He sort of like motions towards you that, and then he shuts the door, and you hear a click, and then you're left in the room to your own devices. In front of you, there is a wash basin and a locker with some clothing in there. What do you do?
Oh, interesting. I look over clothing.
It appears to be some sort of guard uniform, something similar to what Jonathan was wearing.
No. I put it back. I look for a towel or something.
You notice that you left a bloody handprint on the otherwise clean uniforms.
Oh, okay.
You find like like sort of what you'd find in a bathroom. So you got like your paper towel dispensers, and you got like a little sink, and you got a mirror there. What do you want to do?
Huh. Well, I tell you what I don't want to do here. I do not want to wait for 10 minutes.
Yes. That's fine.
Okay. So what I am going to do is attempt to clean face off.
All right. Why don't you give me a roll to see how you go with that? For let's say cleaning the wound to make sure it doesn't bleed anymore. That seems appropriate. Yeah. So you can add willpower. Oh, nope.
Nope. I do not add willpower.
So again, we see our good friend Ivan staring there at the mirror, and we fade out back to the control of anyone's behest. Send in your votes, gentlemen. All right. Ivan, you wake up and you seem to be in the back of what appears to be a police vehicle with two policemen in the front seat. You don't seem to be bleeding anymore, and you seem to have some sort of restraint connected to your hands. What do you do?
Oh, hello, officers. How are you?
The one driving seems to ignore you, but the one in the passenger seat turns around and goes, "Ah, you're awake. Good to see you. Do you mind, while we're driving, giving us a little information as to what happened and why you have such a big gash? And you seem to be like, was your name Jonathan?"
No, my name is Ivan. What is your name, officer?
My name is Joan.
Joan. Okay, his good name. I am not sure what happened. I wake up at the bus station. My head has cut. I am covered with blood. I speak to security officer there, and then I pass out in bathroom.
I see. He's writing all this down. He's like, do you happen to know anything that happened before you passed out at the bus station? Like,
No, I have concussion. I need to file what you say crime report.
I see. We did manage to find that you had a bloody pencil and a post office within this city written down on a piece of paper that you disposed of. Do you happen to know anything as to why you might have had those objects?
I have no idea why those were in my pockets. I do not remember placing them there, and when I find them, I throw them out.
Interesting. Well, why don't you sit tight, and when we get to the police station in about 10 minutes, we will question you a little better.
I think you can probably let me out at nearest hospital. He's less than 10 minutes away.
Oh, you want to go to the hospital?
Yes, I have to go to the hospital.
Police officers look at each other in a little bit, and it's like, interesting. Well, we've already dealt with your wound. Is there any particular reason why you don't want to come with us to the police station?
I would like to somehow force myself to make a roll that is good for me.
All right. Why don't you do a persuasion roll here and see if you can persuade the police officers to let you out early?
I will spend 2 points of willpower so that roll automatically succeeds.
Absolutely. So basically anyone who's watching, Ivan here has the persuasion skill. Like, he's really good at telling people things that he needs to do. And so he's going to spend 2 points, and that will allow him to pass the roll automatically. But why don't you roll ahead anyway? See what result you get.
Okay.
Wow.
Hey, it was not worth spending points on, but what do you know?
Yeah. So the police officers look at each other and they go, yeah, well, maybe you do need to be looked at by an actual professional. Officer Janus. And Officer Janus turns to Officer Jonah and he's like, yeah, what do you want? I was like, well, why don't we take our friend Ivan Jonathan here to the St. Jonathan surgery clinic that's just around the corner there. And they look at each other and they're like, yeah, all right, that sounds pretty good. So Officer Jonah, Officer Jana, Jane, I forget, Janice, thank you, drive you to the St. Jonathan emergency center. You're still restrained within cuffs, but they let you out and they take you to the nursing desk. And they say, our good friend here needs to have a professional take a look at him. As you can see, he's got a gash. We've done what we can, but we're a little worried for his mental stability right now. And the nurse, whose name tag reads Jana, goes, okay, sure, yeah. Why don't we just come in here and we'll get you seated. So they take you into a room. It looks like something like a doctor's waiting room sort of thing, and they sit you down on the bed there, and the officer says, okay, we're just going to be waiting out the front there, but yeah, just wait here for the doctor. And they leave the room, and you're now in sort of like a waiting room for a surgery. What do you do?
I go back to a nurse's desk.
So you want to leave? They're standing out front.
Oh, I will tell them I want to go to a nurse's desk.
Are you persuading them to let you go to the nurse's desk?
Yes, why not?
Okay.
Hello, officers. It is good to see you again.
Ivan, we just sat you down. Well, do you need something?
I feel like I need to talk to the nurse. It is very important.
Okay, absolutely. Well, the nurse is going to join you in a second, unless you had something urgent that you wanted to do. Why don't you give me a persuasion
I am
check?
hoping that 10 minutes does not pass before a doctor shows up, so I feel like I must wander around.
Yeah, give me a persuasion check.
Okay, this time I roll it out. This time I probably get 1 or something.
Hey, there you go.
Okay.
All right, so they're like, yeah, all right, that seems reasonable. And Officer Jonah follows you to the nurse's desk. There's Nurse Jana.
Okay. I say, Nurse Jana, hello, how are you?
She said, I'm good. You look like you're a little roughed up, judging from your...
my name is Ivan, by the way.
Ivan, it was nice to meet you, Ivan.
It is nice to meet you as well, Jana. Can I ask how you get such a lovely name?
Oh, well, you see, and then you black out.
Excellent. This is my goal. I think maybe perhaps I have done it.
Yes, you have done a goal. All right, now we are back to bid for control of John. Send in your bids, gentlemen. All right. Norman, you wake up and you are currently running away from what appears to be police officers. Your hands are, well, you've got a broken thumb, from what you can tell. You've got handcuffs around one of your wrists, and you seem to be running away. The police officers are shouting out, Ivan! Ivan, where are you? You really need help, Ivan! And then you seem to be hiding in something like what appears to be a sewer underneath a road. What do you do?
Did they see me go in there?
No. You seem to be safe for the time being.
Good. And because of my perfect memory, I remember where the post office is.
Why don't you give me a skill check to see whether or not you can navigate successfully to this post office. Look at that. Inspiration strikes you, Norman, and you seem to remember that lastly you wanted to visit the post office. So you make your way out the bottom of the other side of the thing, make sure that the two police officers who were apparently chasing an Ivan fellow don't see you, but you make your way stealthily over to the post office. It's not that far. It's about a 2 minutes walk, funnily enough. So
that's fine. Sounds good.
Yes. What do? You're standing out the front. You're still wearing. You have handcuffs on one arm. One of your thumbs is like extremely purple, and you're in an intense amount of pain. You're wearing scrubs with the name Jonathan on it, and your scrubs seem to be covered in blood. Same situation you were in last time. But you touch your head, and you realize that you're not bleeding so much out of there anymore. What do?
Are the handcuffs in front of me or behind me?
They're on one wrist. So you got one hand free, and the other hand has handcuffs on it. But the hand that's free has a broken thumb.
Right, got it. Okay, well, that's, good enough. All in a day's work.
All in a day's work.
Through rain nor sleet. Let's see. Post office.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go around back.
You go around back? Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
You see a little path alleyway where they sort of they keep the little postman kajigas that they drive around in behind is sort of like a fence. Do you want to see if you can scale the fence, or do you want to see if you can somehow get in some other way?
Let's just. Well, I know that's there now. I'm gonna go back inside the post office.
Okay, you walk back into the front door of the post office. There is a gentleman behind the front desk there, and he looks up and he sees you and he's like, "Oh my God, Norman, what's happened to you?"
It's a long story. Don't worry. It's all in a day's work.
I see. I mean,
I'm here for my route.
Yes. There's some new slacks out the back. Maybe you should change into them. I mean,
That's good.
Did you come from a Halloween? It's not really October. I don't actually.
It was a non-Halloween party. Don't worry about it.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
Not real.
Go out back. Go out back.
Yep. I go to the locker room and I get my gear on.
Mm-hmm.
And my thumb can wait. It's not worth it.
Yep. You put on your gear. You have a little trouble getting the handcuff off, and it doesn't seem to come off. I mean, you think that you might need to break your thumb in order to get the other cuff free, but it's up to you whether you want to do that or not.
No, not worth that either.
Okay, cool. Well,
I'll live with it. All right, I got my.
You seem pretty well dressed, nice and spicky. You've thrown your previous uniform in the bin. What do you do?
Yep. Do I get a? Is my mail all ready to go?
Yeah, there's a big stack of it. It seems you haven't been to work for a few weeks.
Yep, there we go. Get it in my bag, my satchel.
Mm-hmm.
And I look at the first address on the.
It's about 3 or 4 blocks away.
Door.
About 15 minutes walk, probably.
I sort through the stack for something that's closer.
That seems to be the closest one. Your route is normally laid out by like the closest place, and then wrapping around back, with the final place being similarly close, but as a nice sort of rounded loop, basically. You know this as a postman.
Okay, well I'll go back and get in the mail truck then.
Absolutely. Why don't you give me a check to see if you can borrow someone's truck?
Why? Where's mine?
Oh, you don't have your keys for yours.
Forget that then. Forget the truck.
Okay.
I'll set off at a dead sprint to the first place.
All right. Why don't you give me a check to see how far you can sprint before you run out? Let's say... Oh, rough. Just so you know, Graham, I was actually giving you an opportunity to use your other skill there.
Oh, yeah. Oh, well.
Yeah. Anyway. So basically, you start sprinting. You start sprinting down the road, and then you pass out.
Got my mail. Yeah. Okay.
You pass out. Who wants to have another bid for control? Okay. Graham and Peter, why don't you give me another roll? Another bid, sorry. All right, one more. All right, I'm going to need you both to roll a d6 for me. All right. Norman, you wake up. It seems that you've crashed through a bus station. You were running so fast that your head is clocked straight through the glass on the bus station. But you're pretty close to your final destination where you wanted to sprint off from. But now you got to deal with a slight concussion and what appears to be another cut on your head. You're really banging up your head.
Not interested.
Not interested. All right. You make your way to the... hang on, let me just quickly write this down. All right, you make your way to the first destination. What do?
What is it?
It's a house.
Oh, is this a suburb?
Yeah, it is a nice little suburb area.
I assume there are cars parked outside
Absolutely. Yeah.
all the way down?
Mm-hmm. There's
Okay,
a car
well-
parked like... So basically it's like a driveway. You got your garage, but there's someone who's parked their car out the front.
Yeah, of course. Well, firstly, I delivered that mail.
All right, you pass out.
No.
Yeah. Who wants to bid for control? All right, Peter, you wake up. You've basically just put a piece of paper inside a letterbox. You look down. You're wearing what appears to be a uniform that has a name tag on it that says Jonathan. But you've got like a satchel next to you, and it seems to be filled with mail. What do you do?
Well, I pick up a letter out of the satchel and like feel its contents. And while I do that, I look around.
All right. Well, it feels like there's a letter inside of it. You look around. You're in sort of like a suburbia area. There's a car out the front of this house. I mean, no one's really paying any attention to you, but you do seem to be bleeding quite heavily from your head, and it's starting to drip down onto your uniform.
All right. So then I wipe the part of the blood off with the letter in my hand. I throw it away.
All right. You throw the bloody letter on the ground.
Grab the next one.
Yep.
And walk to the car.
Yep.
And look inside.
All right. You see inside the car that it's an empty car. I mean, there's a backpack in the back there.
Right.
It's got.
I repeat the same thing with the second letter. Do I feel anything like
no,
special?
It's a little thicker than before, but it seems to be filled with paper.
Okay. So I throw that out as well, and grab the next one and repeat.
All right.
And
how long do you want to take this for?
well, what was in the car again?
It's just a backpack.
Just a backpack.
Mm-hmm.
Is there a key?
In the car?
Yeah.
No, not that you can tell.
Mm. Well, I throw out the third letter and check my pockets.
All right. Inside your pockets, you find, a little notepad with a pencil. Unbloodied, I might add. But it's starting to get bloodied now because the blood seems to be coming down a lot faster.
All right. Well, where exactly is it coming from?
It seems to be coming from the very top of your head, like in your hair.
All right. Do I see anyone around me? Like, is there?
There is a lady walking her dog. She started to notice you, but from the back you look like you're just delivering post. But she's starting to notice that there's a pool of blood peeling around you. You've got a trail of bloody letters on the ground. As she gets closer, she starts to slow down.
Well then, I talk to her and ask her, excuse me, ma'am, do you happen to know where exactly we are?
And she looks at you and she goes, She looks like she's inconsolable. What do you do? I mean, remember, you are basically look like you've just come out of a war zone.
Okay, so it's that bad. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, then I say that well, I might have bumped my head a little, and maybe in need of some assistance. Could you point me?
Do you want me to call 911?
Nah, that won't be necessary. It's just a small cut. Could
What do you want from her?
you? Do you have any kind of idea where I might get a bandage from? Maybe.
Maybe one of the houses around here. I don't know. Please don't hurt me.
Hurt you, ma'am. I assure you, I mean you no harm.
Are you reaching out to her in any way?
No, I'm just standing like 3 feet away or something.
Okay. At this point, your entire face is just covered in blood. It's dripping heartedly and fastly down to your chest and uniform. Why don't you give me a check to see whether or not you start getting woozy?
So 1d6.
Yeah, 1d6 with let's say you rolled straight away. You could, if you wanted to, you could have used
yeah, I know
on that, but all right, you pass out from being woozy, like just you fall down onto the ground. All right, bid for control, people.
Really not getting anywhere.
Well, I don't know. I mean, you've done something. So, Peter. All right, everyone, roll a d6 for me. All right, Norman, you wake up. Yeah. You're in what appears to be someone's home, and they appear to be applying a bandage to you. On your head.
Where am I?
The man looks down and says, "You're inside my home. I saw you laying out the front there. It looks like you had quite a nasty bump on your head."
Did I have a satchel with me?
Oh, you mean the mail? Yeah, it's over there in the corner. You look over, you see like a bloody pile of letters in the corner.
Man, I gotta deliver that mail. Gotta get up. Gotta go.
Excuse me. I mean, you sure you want to walk around with like the blood that you have right now? I mean, you seem to have lost a lot.
The mail always goes through.
He nods like solemnly, and then he gives you a salute.
All right, salute him back.
All right. Yeah.
Do you have a hat that I could borrow?
Yes. He hands you like a 10-gallon hat.
All right, I put it on.
All right.
To stop the bleeding, and then I walk out with my mail.
All right, it was a white 10-gallon hat, and it's starting to...
Not anymore.
Not anymore. It's starting to go a little brown. You're not sure why. Anyway, what do you do?
I need to look for a stick.
All right. So the neighborhood's like kind of got like little shrubs and little tiny trees sort of growing out the front of people's houses and stuff like that. What do you do?
Yep.
You can get a stick from there. Yeah, you're going to go get a stick? Sure. How big of a stick do you want? Let's say a normal twig you'll be able to find easily enough, but a giant stick, you actually need to break it off from the tree.
No, I just need like a little stick.
Little stick? All right.
Yeah. So
you pick up a stick maybe, I don't know, about just like a little twig. Yeah, little tiny thing. I mean, it doesn't look like it'll survive much more than one hit, but you can't really tell.
That's fine. I kind of poke my hand with it. Is it sharp at all?
Well, I mean, not really. It kind of naturally fell off a tree.
Right. Okay. Let's go. I'm going to walk down the street a little bit, maybe like 1 minute.
Sure. You walk down the street 1 minute. You pass by a few houses, a few cars, people walking their dogs. I mean, your hat looks kind of funny, but it doesn't really strike anyone as odd. You are still covered in blood, though, so it is a little drier. I mean, your face has been wiped off for the most part. You can see again. It's starting to dry out, though, so...
So this is there a car next to me now?
Yeah, sure. There can be a card next to you.
I want to use my stick. I want to try to draw a penis on the hood.
Okay. Why
Scratch penis
don't
on the
you
hood.
give me a D6 to see if you can actually do it with a very blunt, dry stick? Wow, you scratched the best penis inside of this hood of this
Yeah,
car.
veiny.
Do you want to describe a type of car you picked out, by the way? What did you pick out?
The most expensive looking car that was there.
All right,
Probably
there happens to be like a Lamborghini there. Nice bright red Lamborghini. And you scratch away the top layer of paint to draw like a dick butt or something like that on the top of this guy's car. Underneath it, I mean, the paint underneath it was black, so it shows up like so detailed. And as you do that, you face plant into the windshield of the car and you pass out.
Yep. Good. Mission accomplished.
Mission accomplished. Everyone else, why don't you bid for control of John? All right, Peter and Arthur, give me a D6 roll. Damn. All right, Peter, you're in control. You wake up, and you are basically laying headfirst into a windshield. It seems the windshield of the car is a little bit cracked with a little bit of blood on there. Your head seems to be fine, though, but you haven't got any new cuts. You've got a dress on your previous cut on your head, so you're not really bleeding anymore. You are wearing a 10-gallon hat, though. It seems a little odd. And you're standing on top of what appears to be a dick butt drawn into the drawn into a Lamborghini with a stick. Which, by the way, you're holding that stick. It's very obvious that you did it.
You hear some vague laughter in the distance.
What do you do?
All right. Do I feel woozy at all?
No, you actually feel pretty good, surprisingly.
All right. So I guess I kind of look kind of befuddled by the 10-gallon hat. I take it off and look at it and wonder where that came from, and then I just throw it away.
Okay. Throw away that.
Basically the same thing with the stick, and I look around where I am.
All right. You're sort of standing next to a bus stop, and you see a bus rolling down the street. There are people waiting at the bus stop, so you can just... And there's about 5 of them. They all appear to be some... like variations in the elderly. There's a young kid, though. He's playing a Game Boy there. Next to it, there's a bunch of like houses and stuff like that around. And yeah, what do you do?
I walk over to the bus station. And as I'm walking, I check if I have any money on me.
Yeah, you appear to have a few dollars.
All right. So I guess I walk up to the bus station then.
All right. The people next to you, they sort of look at you and they sort of, they scooch to the either side of the seat to make sure that you can sit in the middle without actually touching anyone. They're well aware that you just look horrible right now. The bus rolls up, opens its doors, and people hurriedly get on top of the bus. What do you do? Inside the bus, I'm on top.
What do you mean hardly? So how many people get in?
5 people.
All right.
The bus driver looks at it, he's like, "You getting on?" And then he sees what you look like. He's like,
Yeah, so I get in there and I ask, look around. How many people are actually in the bus?
There's about 20 in total. Now that 5 people have gotten on, roughly. Do you want to spend some time counting them?
No, it's all right.
Okay.
Yeah, but I say 1 ticket, please.
All right. He looks at you and he's like, "That'll be $4.50. Where do you want to go? I assume 1 block. I actually don't know. 1 zone."
Is that a thing? Do I have to pay for each zone?
$4.50 better get me across the state.
All right. Well then, I tell him until the end of the line.
Okay, that $4.50 will get you there, I suppose. I mean, we're pretty close to the end of the line here, so.
I give him the money and I ask him. By the way, do you happen to have a deck of cards on you?
No, why would I? And then
No, just checking.
he takes your
and
money and
smiling awkwardly.
he gives you a ticket stub to your bloody hand, and then he's like, "Take a seat," and he shuts the door and he starts driving.
So is the blood still wet or is it?
No, it's dried. Like he just got red caked blood hands, sort of thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well then, I guess
Do you take a seat? What do you do?
I sit down so that I can see pretty much everybody that sits in the bus.
So what? You sit and you face backwards, or do you sit at the back and face forwards?
I don't know what kind of bus is it?
It's a normal bus. All the seats face forward. Yeah.
All right. Well then, I walk all the way to the back.
All right. There's 4 people sitting on the back seat. Do you tell them to get off? Like, what do you do?
I take the furthest the furthest one back.
Yeah, there's a big long seat. That's all they have in the back seat there. So do you? There's 4 people sitting there. Do you make it awkward and sit in between them? I mean, there's plenty.
Yeah,
of
I just sit down, squeeze in there.
All right. Do you want to?
And then proceed to lick the blood of my hand.
All right. People easily get away from you. Other people, like all 4 of them, actually get up and they sit in a different seat on the bus. So, how long do you want to wait on the bus before you actually do something? Because you're about 12 minutes away from the end of the line. I mean, there's a few stops here and there. People get on and off. 2 people actually get on, but then they see you and they're kind of like, I'll sit at the front. Most of the people in the back seats have sort of started moving forward to the other seats. A few people have gotten off. 6 minutes have basically passed. You've been sitting on this bus. What do you do?
Well, I farted it out at first.
Okay. Why don't you
couple
give me
of
a
times.
roll to see whether or not you shit your pants?
All right.
Okay. All right. Well, you could have said no, I don't do that, but then you went ahead and rolled. So, all right. Last thing you know before you black out is just pooping in your pants, man. All right. Who wants? Let's do for a bid for control. Remember, you do have willpower to make these rolls go better, in case you haven't used them already. So. All right. Ivan. Whoop. What's going on?
Yes.
You wake up, you're sitting on the back of a bus, you're covered in blood, and you seem to have pooped yourself.
The stream just went out.
Yeah, that's weird. I refreshed and it was back up still, so.
Okay, I look around. Are there other people here?
Oh yeah, there's plenty of people, but now they're starting to grab their noses.
Okay. I turn to closest person.
That would be like 5 seats up.
Okay. I introduce myself. I say, hello, I am Ivan. I appear to have blacked out multiple times today. Earlier, I was at hospital and now I am here. I think someone is moving me around. Can you help me?
Everyone does the thing they do on a bus. They have their headphones in, and well, what's going on with Twitch right now? It's being a real jerk. Yeah, they're all sitting there just doing their thing, you know, not paying attention to Ivan sitting on the bus being crazy with poop in his pants.
I am going to stand up and move to bus driver.
All right, you're at the bus driver. He's like, "Oh man, did you shit yourself? What's wrong with you? You gotta get off this bus." He stops and he opens the door and he starts to push you off the bus. What do you do?
Thank you, bus driver.
All right.
Get off bus and look around.
You are in the middle of what appears to be a highly trafficked area. There's cars going everywhere. It seems to be surrounded by office buildings.
I am looking for a commercial area, perhaps some place to buy new clothing.
All right, yeah, definitely. You see that there is a little building up ahead that is called like Mama Neef.
I don't know what that is, but okay, we go there.
You go to Mama Neef's?
I was hoping to find, like Street Locker or something, but yeah, sure, Mama Neef.
All right, you walk inside Mama Neef, and you have a young lady come up to the front. She's like, "Oh, hello! Oh, ugh. Oh,
I apologize, young lady. My name is Ivan.
hello,
I believe that I have been assaulted today. I am looking to buy new clothes to replace these terrible, shitty ones.
Shitty's right.
I agree.
Okay, sure, come out back. I think we can get you something from our, homeless collection.
No. I have credit card in my pocket. We buy good stuff.
Why don't you give me a check to see if you've actually got a wallet?
I think I have a skill that backs that one up,
You
man.
do. You absolutely do. You are well prepared for what you're about to encounter, good sir. You pull out a black credit card and you wave it in the face of the lady. She goes, maybe something a little nicer then. Perhaps from our, estate collection?
Indeed. While we get me fitted for this clothing and perhaps cleaned up, let us talk about things.
Yes. Okay, why don't you go out back a little bit and, remove the smell, the source of it, and
I agree.
then we can have a conversation about what you would like to wear. Yeah?
Excellent.
All right, she takes you out back and she shows you the bathroom. It says employees only on the front. What do you do?
I go into bathroom
Mm-hmm.
and I look for towel.
All right, you find a towel pretty easily.
Excellent. I remove all of the terrible clothing
Yes.
and I try to wash myself and then use towel.
All right, you wash yourself and you use the towel. Why don't you give me a skill check to see how well you do this? Damn. All right, you pass out with your hand in your pants, wiping shit out of your butt. Very vivid, but that's the way that John is. Why don't we have another bid? Okay, George. You wake up. You've got your hands in your pants. And for some reason, it appears you were wiping your bottom before you passed out. You're inside a bathroom of some sort. You're surrounded by, I don't know, there's a folded pair of tracksuit pants and a shirt there. And you appear to be okay in terms of, blood or anything like that. So what do you do? You smell like shit, by the way, too.
Alright, so I guess I continue to clean myself up.
Okay, why don't you give me a skill check to see how well you do?
Alright.
Oh wow, you clean the shit out of your shit. You basically find a packet of the baby wipes or whatever. You go to town on yourself. You make it nice and nice and span. You get in there and you clean everything out, and you smell actually pretty good. You find some woman's perfume in there as well. You spray that on, cover up a bit of that stuff. Do you change into the tracksuit and pants that was laid out in front of you?
Yep.
All right, you're wearing a tracksuit and pants now. And you walk out the front.
I assume they're clean and everything.
Yep, they're all clean. Yep. What do you do? You notice on the bench next to you there is a credit card though, worth pointing out.
Yeah, I check my bag that, and I check my old clothes for anything else that's in there.
You have a notepad and pen, Saul. and you have a black credit card.
Yeah, I take all that with me.
All right. Do you leave?
Yep.
All right. As you walk out, an excited woman comes up to you and goes, "Oh, Ivan, thank God. Okay, you smell a lot nicer, and you look a lot nicer now. So, what were you looking for in terms of clothing?"
Actually, I'm pretty comfortable in this.
Oh.
I think I'll just go with this.
Oh, okay. Well, why don't you come with me to the front, and we'll ring you up.
All right.
So she's like, "That'll be $87.50."
I remember the credit card and then give it to her.
All right. She takes it and she sort of smiles to herself and she puts it through and she's like, "This is the easiest fucking transaction I've made all day. What up?" And she's like, "Okay. I assume you're going to be wearing it out." Of course you are. Yeah. I'll go ahead and burn your previous clothing. Yeah. Thanks for shopping at Magnifique.
Yeah. By the way, do you happen to know where I could get a deck of cards?
Yeah, there is a 99-cent store down the road. Maybe there.
That's why I ask her for specific directions and
she points like two stores down. There's a 99-cent store there.
Yep. So I leave and head towards the 99-cent store.
All right, cool. You arrive there. What do you do? It's called Big Johnny's 99-cent store.
Well, I look around for someone who looks like he works there.
All right. You see a guy at the front. He's quite rotund.
Coming in, you gotta look that up.
Large. He's a large man.
Alright. Yeah, I walk up to him and, hey, good day, sir. I'd like to buy a deck of cards.
What appears to be the man turns around and he goes, "Oh, a deck of cards, you say? What color would you like, sir?"
Blue, if you have it.
Oh.
By the way, do you take credit cards?
Absolutely not. This is a 99-cent store. Did you not read it out the front?
Well, so
But
I guess
the deck of cards are over there. You can find the blue ones next to the green and the purple ones. And then he goes back to doing his Sudoku in the newspaper.
Alright, so I tell him no. I look at the blue one and then hold it up like I'm really checking it while I'm sneakily trying to bag some other colored deck of cards.
All right, why don't you give me a sleight of hand check?
Yeah.
Remember, you can spell willpower.
Yes.
Okay, there we go. You throw a couple of these packs of cards inside of your bag, and what do you do? Oh, your pocket. Sorry, you don't have a bag anymore.
Yeah, I put it down, and sir, it seems I don't have any cash on me. I gotta come back later and
get out. He doesn't even look up from his Sudoku now.
I leave.
Yeah, he leaves. What do you do?
So, well then I walk up to the nearest person.
Yep.
And while I'm fiddling with my, I get one of the decks of cards and what is this person? Man, woman, whatever.
It's an old lady.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I ask her, "Ma'am, would you maybe be interested in a game of 52 pickup?"
What?
52 pickup, ma'am. If you win, you get
Does it look like I can bend over to you, you little shit?
Never mind, ma'am. So I continue walking.
Okay.
Go to the next person and repeat.
Yeah, there's a guy there walking his dog. He's got like a Rottweiler.
Yeah, I walk up to him and, excuse me, sir. Could you maybe help me out with something?
What do you want, bro?
Could you maybe explain to me how you would solve the following problem for me? I have this deck.
He's like jogging on the spot, by the way, and the dog is panting next to you. Yep. Go on.
Come again? Jogging on the spot?
Yeah, you're jogging on the spot. Like, you basically interrupt.
Oh, yeah, jogging on the spot.
Yeah.
Alright. Then I go with something else. I ask him, are you working out right now? Or what are you doing?
What do you fucking think, man? Hurry up. What do you want?
Excuse me, sir. It was,
Come on, bro. I don't have all day. What's up?
I was just wondering if you might be able to help me out with a certain problem. I seem to have lost all my cards somewhere. And
you're holding a deck of cards in your hand, you fucking idiot. What is the point? What are you doing here?
Yeah, but before you can even answer, I already flicked them like...
You just like spotted these cards into his face.
Yeah, everywhere. So, would you be maybe interested in a?
Alright, so here's what happens.
To pick up.
The moment you flick the cards in his face, you pass out.
All right.
Yep. All right. Bid for control, people. Bid for control. All right. Norman, you wake up.
Lovely.
You've got a black eye.
Yeah, I do.
You're wearing tracksuit pants.
Oh, that's new.
And you seem to have what appears to be urine on the tracksuit pants. You're not sure why. It's not your urine, obviously. You still need to go to the bathroom.
Well, I'll just go ahead and pee then. It won't make a difference.
All right, you pee your pants. Give me a... No.
Yep. Feels good.
Yeah.
All right. Back to work.
Back to work, yeah.
I assumed I don't have my mail anymore.
Absolutely not. You're not even in your uniform anymore. In fact, you have no idea what happened.
Yeah, of course. Not important. I'm sick of this job.
Mm-hmm.
Because, I go into work, try to do a good day's work, and I end up covered in pee with somebody else's clothes on, someplace else with no mail.
Yeah.
It's really weird. It's not the first time.
Yeah.
So I've got this credit card. Let's see.
You've got a credit card, you've got pen and paper, or pad and paper, which apparently are yours from your post office job. And, yeah, that's all you got. Oh, you also got dog urine on you, too. And your own urine now, too. Let's just add that to your inventory. Yeah.
I'm surprised that I could discern dog urine.
Well, it smells cleaner than your urine.
Right. Okay, well, whatever.
Yeah.
You can't hear it because I'm muted, but I'm laughing my ass off right now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let's see. Where am I? Am I still in the suburbs? Right.
Yeah, you're still in the suburbs, from what you can tell. You seem to be a few blocks over. I mean, you have a fantastic sense of where you are in this city. I mean, it is your hometown after all, Norman. So, but you appear to be like a couple, blocks away from your post office. I mean, it should take you about 20 minutes to walk there.
Do I see this dollar store nearby?
Absolutely, yeah. You know it. It's Big Jono's $1.99 store.
Yep, I'll go in there.
All right. He looks up and says, "Hey, welcome." Oh, it's fucking you again. Why do you smell like piss?
Never you mind. Not important. There's work to be done.
Oh, okay. Kind of is, but what do you want? You want that deck of cards?
Yep.
You find some sense?
you have any Zippo lighters?
Yeah, of
Good.
course.
I'll take all of them.
Okay. There's like 40 there, so that'll be $40.
Yep, there you go. Just credit card down. There we go.
You know I don't take credit cards. This is a cash-only establishment.
That's ridiculous. That doesn't work anymore.
Well, I don't know. It's definitely not a front or anything. He goes back to his Sudoku.
Okay. Well, I'll take this one then. That's fine. Okay. Good. See you later.
Hey, wait a minute. You can't just, like, steal? And what are you doing?
Leaving.
Yeah, you leave? All right. Big Jono starts to, like, come after you. He's plodding along. He's going to start running in a minute. He actually does start running. What do you do?
It's fine. Sir, I'm ready to pee on you at a moment's notice.
And
Stay back.
He looks at you and he looks at the ladder and he's like, no. Take it. If you ever seen in here again, I'll break your fucking legs. And then he goes back into his shop.
Everybody is so rude around here.
Hmm.
Good. Okay. Next thing. It's going to be 20 minutes to get to the post office. That's
Yep.
not good.
By walking and running. Yep. Running would take maybe like 14. Plenty of cars around here.
I need to go find a person.
All right, you find a person. He is
What
a man in a business suit. He's sipping on a Starbucks or something like that. You're not really sure what's in the cup. Could be anything, really. Could be gin. You're not sure.
That's fine. Excuse me, sir.
Yes, what is it?
How are you?
What is it?
Do you
What do
have
you
a do you have a cell phone that I could use? For
I do have a
30
cell
seconds?
phone, but I'm not giving it to someone with the likes of you. You're covered in urine. Fuck off.
That's not very nice.
He starts walking past you.
Okay, go to the next person.
All right, you see a young girl.
Excuse me, ma'am.
My mom never told me to talk to strangers! And she, like,
Okay,
turns
next.
around and runs in the other direction.
Good, next person.
Yep, you find... you find another man in a business suit.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes?
Do you have a cell phone that I could borrow? 30 seconds. I won't go anywhere. I'll be right here.
He looks around oddly, and he's kind of... You can see him kind of sweating underneath his, underneath his neck. He's like, why don't you give me a persuasion check? Whether you can persuade this man to let you borrow his cell phone. As you start to, like, talk to him about his cell phone, you sort of pass out.
Dave, we need to have a serious talk about how strangers act.
There's a reason they act like this. And bid for control. All right, George, you wake up. There is a man who is sort of fumbling in his pockets for something in front of you, and you're laying on the ground. What do you do?
Like, how exactly is my position towards him? Like, do I?
You're sort of face first on the ground.
All right, and he is in front of me or behind me,
In front
or
of you, yeah. He's fumbling for something in his pockets.
all right. How do I know that?
Because he looks like he's fumbling for something. Like, you look up at him and you see him fumbling for something in his pockets.
All right. Well, I guess I say hello as I push up
It's like,
and try to stand up.
hi, do you need help?
No, that's just a scratch.
Okay. I mean, you fell
And,
over in front of me, just randomly.
Oh yeah, that happens sometimes. I got like an inner ear thing. That's normal.
Okay. Well, I gotta go now. And he starts to turn away and walk away from you. What do you do?
By the way, could you point me to the next nearest bus station?
He points across the road. There's a bus station there. It's the same one you got on before.
So I'm still there?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay. Well...
you see a bus coming down the road.
Well, I guess I get over there.
Alright, you wait in the bus stop?
Yep.
Alright. Do you wait for the bus to roll up?
Yes.
Alright, the bus rolls up. The door opens. It's the same bus driver as before, and he's like, oh, fucking shit. Do you have money to get on the bus?
No, it doesn't seem so.
He shuts the door. Or is it he's going to shut the door? You can see him doing it. What do you do?
Well, I kind of step like to my right, so that I'm like on the sidewalk still, but in front of the bus.
Okay, you stand in front of the bus, and he starts beeping the horn at you.
No, I'm not standing in front of the bus, but like still on the sidewalk, but not in like the next to the road,
Okay.
but in front of the bus,
Okay.
like further down the road.
Okay, he closes the door and starts to drive the bus away.
Yeah, and as he begins to drive, I fall. I just let myself fall face first in front of the bus.
Are you trying to kill John?
No. They're like I'm far enough away so that he can still stop. But I try to control my fall, like.
Okay, so why don't you
but still let it look good.
Alright, here's
as
the
if
thing. If you hurt John, you lose control of John.
Yeah, but I try not to hurt myself,
Okay,
but
well, why don't you
I
give
try
me
to make it look like it
Okay,
is.
why don't you give me a skill check? Remember, you've still got enough points left where you can add willpower to this check.
I do.
Yes. Have you not been keeping track?
I was, but
Okay, so you weren't. You've got
Yep.
2 left.
okay. Well then,
You add 2. You can add 2 willpower.
Yeah,
You need to
2.
get a 6. Remember. So.
Yeah. Sure.
Do you add 2 willpower? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Alright,
Yeah.
so you pass out. You have 0 willpower left. That means you cannot participate in the game any longer. Alright, so the last 2 people who can bet on taking control of John is Graham and Arthur. To give me some rolls, guys. Alright, Graham. You are now on 0 willpower, if I remember, if my math is correct. But you are in control of John.
Your math is incorrect.
Well, how much you got left then?
More than that.
Really? Because I've
Yeah,
been keeping
as far
track
as-
of how much you've spent in terms of gaining control and the willpower checks that you've done.
When was the last time I got control?
Well, you got control previously when you tried to run away from Big John. And then you tried to get the man's cell phone.
I should have 1 left.
Alright, well, yeah, that's the one thing that I wasn't sure of. You have 1 left.
I have 1 left
Let's go
after
with
this.
that. Yep. Okay. You
Where
are
am I
laying
again?
in front of a bus, and the bus is beeping its horn at you.
Okay, I'll stand up.
Alright, you stand up. The bus is still
I'm
beeping.
gonna go around.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna go around to the driver's side window.
Mm-hmm.
I'm
He
gonna say,
looks
"You
out.
going to the post office?"
He's like, oh, roundabout.
How long?
Till the, I don't know, a few minutes. It's only a few
Alright.
blocks down.
Let's go.
Alright, well,
Like
do you
on
have
the
a
bus.
fare?
Yep.
He says, okay, hand
I
it
sit
over.
down.
You just sit down on the bus?
No, I'll give him my credit card. I'll say,
You
"Just
just
take it.
give him the whole credit card?
Just take it. Have it."
He looks at it, he's like, oh my.
There are more
Sure,
important things
yeah.
than money. Let's go straight to the post office if you don't mind. Step on it.
Yeah, well, I mean, It's 2 stops away from the post office, and you'll make it in about 4 minutes if no one else
Good.
gets on. All right, you arrive at the post office.
All right.
What do you
Post
do?
office. Go to the alleyway.
All right, you're in the alleyway. Remember, there's that locked fence there.
Yeah, is there any garbage cans back here?
There is behind the fence. Yeah, it's not pickup day, obviously. So.
Fine. I'm gonna go in the post office. I'm gonna go to the PO box area.
Oh, Norman, you finished. Why are you not in your uniform anymore? What happened?
I need to talk to what's my boss's name? John.
His name is
Johnny.
Yeah, Johnny. Yeah.
I need to talk to Johnny.
Sure. I think he just finished his round. He might be out back.
All right, I go find him. Johnny.
Norman. Where's your uniform?
I don't like your face.
Excuse me?
Yeah, that's right. I said it. I've been meaning to say it for a long time. You know, I've been having a lot of problems with this job here.
Why don't you come in and shut the door and sit down? We'll have a proper discussion about this.
Sure.
All right, you shut the door, sit down?
Yeah.
All right.
I've been having a lot of issues lately with the way that you've been running things.
Mm-hmm. He gets out a little pad and paper, and he's like, I'm willing to hear you out, Norman. What are all the problems? You're a good worker. We would hate to lose you. You've been a little tardy as of late. I mean, you haven't been in for 2 weeks, but you had enough PTO that you could take that time away.
Right. Well, my main concern is that you have a really bad
He's like writing
habit
all this down.
of not filing the paperwork correctly, and it's getting on my nerves.
All right, why don't you roll me a skill check here, Graham? You have the skill for this. Are you trying to get this man fired?
No.
Okay. Why don't you? Okay.
I'm not trying to do anything. I'm just trying to. I'm getting to. Okay. Let me continue.
Yeah, continue then.
I'll say, what I really need to make myself feel more comfortable in the work environment. I need to have a look at your files, your filing cabinet back there. I need to sort them. Make sure my files are in order in that filing cabinet. Okay, I'm not sure I trust you anymore with my W-2s and other files, other paperwork.
Listen, Norman, if you have a problem with me, I mean, there are the correct methods to go through. I mean, I do have higher ups that you can report this to. It's kind of odd that you're actually reporting it to me.
Yeah, it is, isn't it?
Is that urine I smell on you?
Probably.
Interesting. He writes it down on this piece of paper, and he's like, Norman, are you okay? You seem to be a little lost of late. Did something happen on your break?
What's this desk made of?
It's pine. It's just a cheap desk you get from IKEA.
All right. I'm gonna have my hands down underneath. I'm gonna try to light the desk on fire with my lighter.
You're gonna need a little bit of... I tell you what, this is gonna be a skill check to see if you can light just a desk on fire with a lighter.
Means I'll last with power.
You're gonna last? Yep, alright. So, you need a 5 or higher to pass this. Oh my god.
Alright.
Actually...
Everything going according to plan.
No, you needed to roll a 5 to pass it. You needed a 6 in total to pass it.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
well, whatever.
So, you basically pass out. Ivan, hello.
Hello, friends.
You wake up in a office for some reason, and there is a man standing on top of you. You've got a lighter in your hand, and you've got the flame coming out of it, and it's put onto a desk, and the desk is sort of singeing. It kind of smells really bad. And you look up, and there is a man there holding a clipboard just with a dumbfounded look on his face.
Hello, friend. How are you? My name is Ivan.
Norman, what's going on here?
Friend, I think I may have serious mental health issues. And I think we should work together in finding a doctor for me.
I agree. He buzzes a thing on his desk, and he's like, Janice, can you call up the PD, please? Thank you.
No need to call police. Call Mental Health Institute. Don't you read
Norman,
newspapers?
why don't you take a seat real quick?
My
And,
name is not Norman, friend. It is
okay,
Ivan.
okay, Norman.
What is your name?
You know my name is Johnny, alright? Why don't you calm down, Norman, and just relax.
I am
I'll
totally
get you a
calm,
cup
friend.
of tea. Do you take sugar? Of course you take 2 sugar, I know you
No,
do.
I don't drink tea or coffee. I only
Okay,
drink
well,
water.
you want some? I can get you some water, don't worry about that. He presses the
No,
button again
let's
and
just
it's
sit
like,
down and talk while we wait for
Jaina,
up.
can you get 2 glasses of cold water, please? Also, how about that call to the PD? Thanks. And then he like, Norman, are you okay?
Oh, I am great, friend. How are you?
It doesn't seem that you are. Listen, Norman, we're gonna get you some help.
Thank you, friend.
Yes. Is there anything that you can tell me about your situation, maybe? I don't know.
Absolutely. And I
Okay.
begin telling him everything that has happened to me today with repeated blackouts. I am missing my credit card now. There was blood on my face.
Okay. Yeah, you definitely sound like you need professional help, Norman.
I agree, friend.
Yeah. Okay. And then you hear like the sounds of sirens arriving out front. It seems that you are quite popular because they come in and lo and behold, it's your officer friends that you've
Oh,
decided
hello,
to
officer friends.
They come in and they're like, Ivan, good to see you again. Well, not really. You're in a lot of trouble, mister. We've had
How
reports of
can I be in trouble?
disturbances coming down of a man of your description, peeing and bleeding on everything.
Officers, I think that I have serious issue in the head. I keep blacking out and waking up, and people have done horrible things to me because they are jackasses.
If that's what you say, I mean, we are inclined to believe you. And you can see that, I forget the police officer's name now, Jonan?
Janice.
Officer Janice is writing down everything you're saying. And Officer Joan comes up and he starts to apply a new set of handcuffs to you. You can still see that your thumb is just like, it is just disgusting right now.
Actually, I would like to convince him to just sit and talk with me for a while they
Alright.
wait for ambulance, rather than apply handcuffs.
We can do that. Why don't you roll a d6?
I'll tell you what. I will add my 2 points there so that the roll happens.
All right. Roll anyway. Let's see.
Sit and talk with me, friends, while we wait for ambulance. I have serious medical injury.
Yeah, they sit down. Johnny decides to leave. This is well out of his pay grade. So he vamooses out. In the meantime, the 2 officers are sitting there. One's leaning against the door, and he puts in a call for an ambulance over his shoulder-mounted walkie-talkie. And Jonah is sitting there, and he's talking down to you. You can tell, like how you would talk to someone who doesn't seem right in the head, and he's trying to make sure that you're calm and that you're not going to just violently hit.
Oh,
them
I am
or something
perfectly
like that.
calm. I want to know more about the officers. I have told them everything I know about me. I am a guy. I black out. Bad things happen.
Okay.
I want to know more about them.
All right. Well, what do you want to know, Ivan?
Tell me, what are your interests and hobbies?
They look at each other for a moment and it's like, well, as you know, Ivan, we are police officers.
Yes, you are police officers, but that is not your whole life. That is like maybe 8 hours, 5 days a week. You are more than that person.
They look at each other again and they're like, well, I do like to carve wood. And then Jonah looks up at Johnny, Jameis, and Jameis looks back and he's like, I like to go bowling on the weekends.
Interesting, interesting. Tell me more about wood carving. What is it that you like to carve?
At this point, you black out.
Excellent.
All right. I'm going to take away another willpower from you, so you have one left.
Oh no, I have 0 left.
Oh, you have 0. Okay. Well, there we go. So what ends up happening to poor John? One day, John wakes up and he's inside a padded cell. He's got a lot of cuts and bruises all over him, and he looks down and he's like, "Oh man, it happened again." He starts banging on the door to get the attention of the helper out the front, but you know he's not paying attention, and that's where we fade out. All right, from my count, we have Peter. You have 1 point in do something with cards.
Woo!
That is your level 1. You had a level 2 for steal a bus. You had so many opportunities for that, man. So many opportunities. And your third one was to make a motorcycle pyramid on top of the bus with 52 motorcycles, which was kind of insane. I don't know why you wanted to do something like that, but, you know.
Why the fuck not? Who the fuck wouldn't?
All right, Graham, you're in second place here. You have deliver mail as your number 1, level 1, which you did once.
Yep.
You have level 2, which is cause cosmetic damages to cars, which you did once. And the third one was quit job at post office and burn it to the ground. Now, if you left it at quit job at post office, you probably would have succeeded. But burning it to the ground was probably the hard part there that you didn't get. But that's all right. So your total comes to you have 3 points. Arthur, I believe, is our winner. This is why everyone was so hostile to the characters, mostly because his resolved around having friendly conversations with people. So in order to make it a little more difficult for Arthur to score points, I made it so that everyone was outright hostile to the characters. So his number 1 was introduce John to a stranger, which would have been fantastic if he could potentially... That's why everyone's name was John something, so that he could potentially introduce them as accidental John or something like that. But he never did any of that. What he did do, though, was he had 3 points of friendly conversation with someone. And one of them was actually delivered by, I believe, Graham.
Military guy.
Yeah, the military guy, yeah. So that was good. You got 3 points of that, which puts you at 6 points, I believe. And your last one was make a new friend, but you know what? Everyone was outright hostile to you. You didn't really have a lot of chances to do that. So
I was hoping to get to do that inside the psychiatric facility.
yeah, but yeah, you run out of points. So like,
Yeah,
unfortunately, that's not really anything you could have done. Anyways, guys, that was the first round of Everyone as John. I believe that we are a little bit over schedule. We have maybe one chance for one more game. Arthur, you are the GM for the next one if you want it.
Oh, of course. Can we perhaps take a short break?
Absolutely, that's what we're going to do right now. Thanks everyone for watching. We'll be back in 3 to 5 with the second round of Everyone as John, with Arthur as our new GM.